Welcome back to round 5 of the CappingTV Summer Brawl 2022. My name's Ghost, and joining me today will be Apples for this exciting match we've got ahead of us for POWERTOOLS versus Jolson Fan Club. How are you today, Apples?
I'm doing great. A little bit tired, but I think I can handle it.
Should be a fun game. Jolson's Fan Club just played before against Freak Show and unfortunately did lose that game, but however, obviously now they're, you could say, a bit warmed up coming to this game against the side of POWERTOOLS. Do you want to quickly just run through the roster for the side of POWERTOOLS, if you can? And then I'll run through the side of the roster of Jolson's Fan Club again.
Alright, so for the side of POWERTOOLS, we're gonna have Corey and Adam on the Scouts. We're gonna have a team of Ants on the Romero. We're gonna have Mumu on Pocket. We're gonna have Jane Doe, aka Crybaby, on the Demo Man. And we're gonna have Ravu4 on Medic.
And they have readied up already, and I'm probably not going to worry about running through the side of Jolson's Fan Club because you guys saw it. And I'm going to take you guys through this first mid for the first round of the game. Looks like for the side of... I actually forgot the team name for Anta's side, Anta's team. But Demonic does actually get to mid first here, and looks like just both teams exchanging some spam. Hip does get down quite low, and Krev does get tagged first go down, same with Rogue as well, so both teams losing 2 plays respectively, and however, frags do go in actually quite evenly in this mid for both sides, and unfortunately, cleanup does go in the way of both sides here. It's now just a 1v1 against Moop and the scout of the side of Anta's team, and looks like he does come out on top, and this was a very scrappy mid, but the side of POWERTOOLS does come out on top, and yeah.
That was a scrappy mid fight. Indeed, like the second blue team loses the mid, red team didn't really have like the proper positioning in order for them to deal with like the collapse from blue team onto the mid, and therefore like both teams just ended up wiping on mid. And now it looks like we're back to another mid reset.
Yes, it looks like it's just another mid happening, and Rogue does get taken down, so now the side of Uber does go on the side of POWERTOOLS here, but however, both teams just exchanging some damage to each other. Ravu is actually getting tagged quite, does get taken down by a nice direct side of Jolson's Fan Club, and obviously Mumu does get taken down as well, so another scrappy mid fight again, basically. And the mid actually now does go in the favor of Jolson's Fan Club.
Yeah, that was another scrappy mid fight, basically, like part 2. I guess, like, the second Red started losing players, they kind of just had to, like, opt to back out, but I guess they were already in a really bad position to begin with, and therefore they were just, like, caught in, and because of that, they're basically gonna have, like, 50% Uber decide on the side of Red team. And looks like Blue is about to walk in through lower here. It's kind of a dry push, but we'll see what they can do with this. Both soldiers going in.
They should get Uber soon as well, and also you have the advantage for the side of Jolson's Fan Club, which looks like they are going to use, and are they... So they're going for a straight underpush, actually.
Yeah.
So they do not
pop
yet.
Playing the point here. Oh, and just nobody on red started playing the point with the Uber.
Clearly, objective doesn't matter.
That is true. They didn't have enough players, like they would just had to play this side, and also a huge Uber this side, so there was like pretty much nothing they could do there to hold their last point.
Going to the second mid of this game here, the side of POWERTOOLS. See who actually comes out first. Looks like both demos roughly same time again. Moop just standing still waiting for an arrow. Does get tagged down a bit and does get that arrow. And looks like both teams now just exchanged some span. Nothing happening to yet. A soldier bomb coming in onto the side of POWERTOOLS med. Nice surf from Mumu. However, tagged extremely low here. And frags do go in the favor of Jolson's Fan Club. It looks like, yeah, a retreat is being called from the side of POWERTOOLS. So a very quick mid, however, both medics from each team do survive. So it looks like Ubers will just slowly even out here.
There was a very good passive play coming out of blue team here. Like, they just kind of waited for like the red soldiers to kind of just bomb in, and they just played like the really passive game, and eventually they just like got the better picks, and because of that they ended up killing 3 players on mid. And because of that, they eventually just won mid.
Stigma tried going for a stack before from low, unfortunately got denied really heavily and died. But I guess that's a sack done for the side of Jolson's Fan Club. So it'll be interesting to see if he does choose to off-class to the Sniper, and Snakewater as well is pretty good for Sniper sightline. So we'll see what he chooses to. No, he does opt to stay on the soldier for the moment, so it looks like nothing yet happening. Ants does go down as well, so the side of POWERTOOLS,
this is really bad on the side of Ants' team.
A trade should come through here. It does finally get forced out. And looks like it's a very scrappy. There are actually a lot of players on the down for the side of POWERTOOLS, so we'll see what happens here. Uber does fade. Mumu does get taken down, and this round does go in the favor of Jolson. So
that was very unfortunate. The spawners on red couldn't really come in time to protect their last, and they eventually just collapsed.
That double soldier play from the side of POWERTOOLS, I think, might have actually cost him that. I'm actually not sure what happened, unless it was a miscommunication in sacks. But yeah, unfortunately, that did cause them, and obviously forced that Uber trade out on that left side. Do you want to take us into this new mid here, Apples?
Yeah. So, yeah, we're kind of just seeing like a few damage exchange between both teams. Not really much going on here. Both teams opting to play a really passive mid. We see one red soldier going in for the demo, but eventually they just gets picked off almost immediately. And we see the other soldier coming in for the demo as well, but also gets picked up by Moop hitting his fat pipes. And we also wipe on the side of red team. That was a really dominating mid fight on the side of blue here.
Yeah, another really dominating mid from the side of Jolson's fan club. And obviously now with the Falubrad, Mumu obviously getting taken down, so they can just storm into last here, see where they opt to go to. So they definitely have time to choose which area they want to go for, and also spot throwing off classes, which POWERTOOLS have opted for that NG and Heavy, so obviously not expecting to get Uber here. And looks like they are going, looks like they might opt for the right-hand push, which they are. Uber does get popped quite early just to avoid the stickies. Flash is coming in for the side of Jolson's fan club here.
Oh no.
Sentry does get taken out, and Mumu as well.
That was a really bad positioning from the red medic.
This should go well for the side of Jolson, and however, frags are coming in quite slowly. However, it should go well, yeah. Only 3 up for the side of POWERTOOLS. Don't seem to go on 2 up now, and this should be around for the side of Jolson.
Jolson's passive plays, like, in all of their fights have been really, like, dominating. Like, they play the passive game really well. They kind of just, like, play together, and their coordination really shows in their fights.
We'll go into this new mid here, and these mids obviously now have been starting to look in the favor of Jolson's fan club quite well. And we'll just wait to see you guys. Moop actually opting for more of a standard sort of rollout here. However, both demos getting some spam between each other. Moop just waiting for an arrow, does get that arrow there. And both teams now getting some damage off from each other. The soldier going for a high bomb here from the side of Jolson does get taken down, unfortunately. And Ants as well going down, Ravu as well. So Jolson actually cleaning up all the frags here. And Mumu as well, so now definitely have to call for the retreat. Clint does finally get taken down, and that was another really clean mid, only losing Stigma in the process. Very fast as well.
Seems like Jolson's just, I don't know, they just seem to understand like the Snake Water mid way better than the other team, than POWERTOOLS. And they just appear to like just take every single advantage like they can. Like any opportunities they see, they just like go for it in a mid fight, and that eventually just works really well for them.
Obviously a better performance from them last game, but unfortunately they were versus one of the top teams. However, Uber does get popped through now on the side of the right again. That sentry gun does get taken out, and now the pyro does come out. Unfortunately, actually not with much effect here. Frags do come out for the side of both teams, and another one comes to the side of Jolson, so this last should be in their favor. 3 down for the side of POWERTOOLS, and it's actually even players. So
oh my god, this pyro.
2 up. The spawner does come up, and this should be around for Jolson here. It's getting very messy, and actually, POWERTOOLS does turn it around.
And coming in clutch. That pyro play actually, like, around the beginning, it actually didn't really do much to the Uber, but the post-fight, he actually managed to delay the push, like, quite a bit.
It was a very late pyro switch as well, and that double soldier bomb, Rogue does drop, unfortunately. And that's actually good for the side. Not Rogue, sorry. Mumu does drop, and that's good for the side of Jolson's fan club as well now.
Yeah, this is really bad for the side of POWERTOOLS, because Blue is just going to try to retake second here with better players and heals.
Yeah, and then looks like for the side of Jolson, they obviously have this full Uber, and they can just storm into this last year. They need someone to cap that objective, though, which now they're sending a scout back to do. And I think they don't actually have to rush this. They do have a pretty huge advantage, so we'll see what they opt to do, and I think they might, yeah. I think they're just going to wait for the Uber here. I think that's their plan. They're up to 70%, just grinding the rest, and we'll see what happens. POWERTOOLS obviously opting for that sniper, and also a heavy. Corey does pop out there, see if he can get something done. Unfortunately, not any kills in his favor and does get tagged down. The sniper does get taken out on power tools, so we'll see what they opt to do with this Uber push here. Now, choosing the left side.
This is a very interesting heavy play here from the side of red.
He should definitely be on last, but does get taken down. And Jolson's fan club should have this. It is even players. They do have the play advantage now. Mumu does get taken down quite low. And obviously, no other frags actually going in the favor. So very slow mid push, actually. And it's only 2 players.
Yeah, POWERTOOLS is about to get their spawners in. And looks like they might be able to push out onto second here.
Yeah. Jolson's fan club have to back out there, and these pushes aren't looking too well now for Jolson. Very uncoordinated almost. However, a spy does come up. I think don't get bumped.
Oh,
that's fucking.
Oh, he's actually going for the med here. He might actually get the med here. Oh, he will.
Does he?
Oh, he almost got the 4, so he got the med down to like 50 HP.
Close.
Mumu actually holding on to the Uber now.
That's good. Not forcing to the spy. And obviously Uber Uber actually almost coming up on Rogue. So this advantage is actually slowly fading. And I think they are conceding this mid. So it looks like they want to use this advantage for, not advantage, this Uber for second. Or are they, no, but okay, they're going to go for a trade here, which is probably a better call. Trade does pop out. Flash does come in for the side of Jolson's fan club, and actually a lot of flashing, so this Uber does fade a lot earlier for the side of Jolson. And however, POWERTOOLS have lost 2. However, Jolson does just back out here onto second, the medic with the 2 scouts to chase out 1 scout, and this mid does actually go in the favor of Jolson.
Yeah, so they opted for the trade onto point there because Jolson had like 1 soldier backcapping the second, and they kind of just entered mid just a little bit too late in order to like stop mid for the backcap, but to be able to cap second in time.
I feel like the med didn't have to go back there with the 2 scouts, but I mean, regardless, they got the job done and they still won that mid fight, so it does work out in the end. And Uber Ad is now obviously up on the side of Jolson's fan club, so we'll see what they opt to do with it. So it looks like just running into second here, and they will get this point without any trouble. So we'll see what they do opt for this last push.
POWERTOOLS might actually be able to get their Uber in time here. They're up like 90%. It's very, very close.
They need to get this med quickly for the side of Jolson. Yeah, it looks like they're definitely trying here. That heavy, ooh, they do get just in time, and they might actually have to concede. There's only 2 of them up, actually. I just realized. Half the team just got evaporated, basically.
They kind of just got dropped in the entire Uber. Like, the Uber kind of just had like the scout and the medic, but everyone else just kind of died on the flank.
Yeah, no one's getting flashed, and it looks like they just want to do some superhero plays and get 1 scout to kill 6 players. It will work out at one point.
A bit of a scrappy DM fight here. It looks like frags are going in the side of Jolson here.
Yeah, and then POWERTOOLS, I think they are just backing out. Mumu does get out, and he's the only one left, and he does get caught as well. Now, finally, they have 50% ad, well, basically full Uber ad, actually. He's not healing, though, for the side. There we go, now he's healing. But otherwise, they pretty much have Uber ad, and they're just going to run in here. No spawners. Spawners finally up for the side of POWERTOOLS here, but they need to get some frags or get this point. And obviously, all the players now up, so now they have to do backup. They can use this Uber ad, though, and hopefully it goes well this time, because the past pushes onto the last haven't actually gone the way of Jolson's fan club. They've just been doing some of their own individual stuff, not really coordinating what to do.
That is true. Hopefully we'll get to see some more coordination coming out from the side of Jolson here. Hopefully it's more focus firing coming out.
Yeah, it looks like the Uber does fade, and barely any, actually no frags go. Oh, there we go. 1 frag, 2 frags go in favor of Jolson's fan club, so hopefully they can actually make this work. 3 now, so they need to get others. However, a lot of the players on the side of Jolson are flashing red, and this should be a round for Jolson. So a very, actually scary, but they got the job done. A lot of the players did get tagged down quite low. However, in the end, they got the point, and 4-0, 4 rounds for the side of Jolson's fan club.
Yeah, the frags on last kind of came in a little bit late, but they got the point, and that's what matters.
Definitely, and that's very good for the side of Jolson. And 1 more round, and hopefully get a 5-0. And this mid has started. Both teams just exchanging some damage here. Nothing too crazy happening now. No soldier plays. Looks like they're just waiting. Actually, I think there is a flank happening in the dungeon area here, and does trade. Ravu and Trev do go down, and this has now caused the push for the side of Jolson Fan Club, now taking this advantage, and they are getting frags for the side of them. Only 3-player move videos down, and yeah, a very clean mid for the side of Jolson's Fan Club. That soldier in dungeon definitely caused a lot of chaos.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off there, but that was a huge like soldier play in dungeon. Yeah. That actually like caused like so much distraction on the flanks that like the rest of the team could just like walk in and collapse on them.
And Ravu does go down as well, and there are no spawners. They can just run in and think they are. And this most likely should be a 5-0. Besides Jolson, Heavy does go down, and Uber's still here. They need to get some more frags here. Mumu does get taken down quite low. Does get finally taken down here, and 3 players up, and this... Yeah, this is a round for the Jolson, and this should be a 5-0. So...
Oh, wait
actually, hang on a sec. Never mind. As I say that, it looks like they've just butchered it.
Oh, that was really unlucky. Like, the players weren't really dying as fast as, like, they hoped for. Like, if they kind of just, like, focus fired a little bit better on last time, they might have actually be able to cap the point before the spawners on the side of POWERTOOLS came in.
Yeah, however, now spawners... They do have Uber ad as well, so I think they can try again. So it's not the end of the world. They do have another attempt here. So we'll see what they opt to do with this Uber advantage they have.
It's not as big of an advantage as you may think. It's only 20%, but we'll see what they have. They can do with this. They are up 4 rounds, so they kind of don't need to rush this at all.
They aren't. They're grinding now. I was about to say they weren't grinding before, but now they are grinding. They are letting the side of POWERTOOLS come out again. Obviously not rushing it. They have plenty of rounds to play with. Both teams exchanging some spam here. Corey and there's both scouts do get taken out. And same with the demo. This has gone horribly wrong for the side of POWERTOOLS here. Oh,
this might be a wipe for the side of red. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, that's a round.
Wow, that was crazy. Like that push on in second, that was like, I don't know. I felt like 3 players that kind of just fed into like the rest of like the combo on the side of Jolson's. And I don't know, like had they just played the point there instead of going all the way in through grass, they might have actually been able to like get better positioning and might have been able to like cap second.
And that's obviously the game for... Well, yeah, basically the game for this round. So 5-0. A very, I guess, a morale boost almost for the side of Jolson's Fan Club after a few losing freak shows. But again, that is also one of the highest seeded teams. I think we're just waiting to have logs displayed, but...
So I do have logs open on my screen right now, and oh my god. Move coming in at 446 DPM, almost breaking 450 DPM actually.
Yeah. He definitely, obviously a much better performance from last game, but yeah. I think it was overall just the side of Jolson played really well, and again, look at the mid-fights, not a single mid-fight going in the way of POWERTOOLS, obviously losing all 5 of them basically, yeah.
Yeah. It's just a really convincing game for the side of Jolson's.
Nothing else really to be said. I mean, yeah, Light Show obviously 26 for 6 and then 412 damage, 412 DPM, and then obviously Moop again almost 450. But otherwise, yeah, a very convincing performance from the side of Jolson's Fan Club and a good morale booster, I think, after obviously losing that previous game.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like hopefully this gives them enough like confidence, I guess, like going into like the later rounds.
Definitely. And I think as well, POWERTOOLS unfortunately losing that game and still actually there's tied with Goblin, obviously still haven't won a game, but obviously see what happens. I think obviously looking at the bracket as well, you can't look at it and say POWERTOOLS will get out. I mean, most likely we won't make it out, but obviously they just get to have fun. I mean, commiserations to them. It was a close game, very scrappy as well at times. Jolson's Fan Club, obviously, very convincing and got the job done. And all the players played actually really well, so yeah.
Yeah, gotta give props to POWERTOOLS. They actually held their own for quite a bit on this game here. So yeah, just really well performance coming out from both teams there.
Yeah, and then overall it was... at times it was close as well, but look, not much else can be said for this game. It was convincing from the side of Jolson, and obviously everyone played really well. So I think, not sure what the call of the plan is. We'll just wait for our producers to tell us something.
Yeah.
We'll just wait. I miss what I'm going to assume is happening, unless we're going to get word in a sec. Okay. We just got to keep talking about logs. Well, there's honestly not much I can say. They played well. Wow.
I mean, we clearly saw like a lot of like DM fights coming out from both teams, and I mean, clearly from the side of Jolson's, like they clearly just had like the DM advantage coming into this game. Yeah.
I mean, definitely as well. Look, it was scrappy. We said as well, a lot of DM fights. But I mean, overall, just played really well. That's about it. Nothing else can be said. It was a good game. It was actually close at times. Like 5-0, yeah, looks convincing. But obviously, Jolson Fan Club did botch at least a fair few last pushes actually, where they just really uncoordinated and doing these like solo scout ubers, thinking that one scout can probably kill 6 plays or something, getting to get a nice 6k. But I mean, in the end, they sort of got their heads into the game and recuperated and obviously got the final round and make it a 5-0. So yeah. So it looks like we're going to a break now. Round 6 will be up next, so I believe we'll be getting some new casters in. So thank you guys for joining us for round 5, and we'll be back shortly after this break.